Our content is intended to be used and must be used for informational purposes only. It is very important to do your own research analysis before making any investment based on your personal circumstances. You should take independent financial advice from a professional in connection with or independently research and verify any information that you find on our website or podcast and wish to rely upon, whether for the purpose of making an investment decision or otherwise. What's up, my future one percenters? This is Marathon Money, brought to you by Wincrease.com. I'm Cam Jones, Prince of the Stock Market, and you know I'm with my big homie, Kenny Coins. What up, man?
What's good? What's good?
We had a good day off last week. We had a good day off, man.
Of course, man. I feel like the market had a tough week though this week. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't think if it was a tough week. We still like majorly up, like royally.
Yeah. I was about to say, man.
You know what I mean?
Sometimes I look at it seems like my investments go in the opposite direction. So when the market was going down, I was looking at my stuff. I'm like, man, I'm up, nice. You know what I'm saying? But when market was up during the week, I'm like, yo, I'm down, like pretty good. Like,
yeah, I know, man. I was saying the same thing. I was saying the same thing. That's fact. The market every time the market's going the opposite way, our portfolios is looking good. You want to review our stocks?
Let's review, man. My boy, I want to start off with, I feel like this one is the all-star, man. I'm biased towards it. I'm going to just tell you the truth. Keys.
My pick.
I'm looking at Keys, right? And I'm like, you know, it's way overbought. I'm going to be honest with you. It's overbought.
What's that? You guys been hearing the commercials for the 5G, right?
I've been seeing a whole bunch of stuff about 5G. I'm just looking strictly at the chart. So it's been overbought since like 72.
Of course, it is overbought, but it's gonna stay that way for a long time because there is no reason for it to go down when they're gonna be producing for the next 5-6 years 5G. Man, this thing's so overbought. This thing is so overbought. Jesus. You know what I mean? I haven't looked at the chart in a week. I didn't realize it was this bad.
I've been trying to add some more, and I'm like, nah, man, I know better than to add here.
Wouldn't.
But it keep going up. It keep going up.
Jeez, man.
I
the
can't
thing
call
about
it, man.
Here's the truth. On a daily, wow, even the monthly is overbought. Sheesh.
Everything's overbought. I've been looking at this, man. This is the one that I want to throw a ton of money in, but I don't want to do it at this level. But it keeps going up.
It's, you know what I mean. A lot of people. I was looking at it yesterday. This guy, you know what I mean. He was saying that he thinks it's gonna be in like 1 or 2 years, going to be at $175 because they just had a collab with another 5G development company, OPPO, plan to release its first 5G device next year, and they're using Keys technology. So they got Verizon, Spectrum. They got 3 major companies in Comcast, 3 major companies that's using Keys technology for their 5Gs. And this company's about to make some serious money.
Man, I know. You know what? I'm gonna throw some money into this week. So don't be surprised when this go right back down to like 70 or something, just because I done threw some money into it. So when it go down to 70, I want y'all to think about me like, okay, Cam just bought some. Okay.
And the reason why it's up this high because Keys Technology extended its collaboration with China Information and Communication Technology Group. You know what I mean? China just purchased another. Well, this is way back when it was at $63, but the article is coming out now.
Yo, when we recommended this, that was at the perfect time.
61, yeah.
I mean, dang, that thing was. I can't believe it. That was perfect. Actually, almost all of them that we recommended was at the perfect time.
The only one right now is backtrailing. It's Take-Two, which I'm pretty surprised about.
Yeah.
I really
Glue took a little hit this week too, but we've been stressing these all year. We've been stressing take your profit 10-20%. You know,
Glue's at 20.28, pretty much at 21% right now.
Yeah,
you know
but
what I mean?
it did go all the way up to like $10 though, over
Of course.
$10.
Of course. On another one, I was surprised. SGMS.
Yeah,
that's at 28%. That's
they're overbought too, man. Oh no, they came down a little bit, but they were running hot, similar to Keys.
Yeah.
So
and then Cure is another one. Is doing real well. And the XLV is doing real well. JD is doing real well. And Cam might be right. We might have to start taking some profit because we got about like 5 companies on here that's over 20%. 3 companies that's over 21%.
Honestly, they've been over 20% like within the second, third week in January. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
And I was thinking about this, man. There's a difference between trading and investing, right? So most people don't want to trade because really when you trade, you're going to lose money either way. You're either going to lose money by buying high and then selling low, right? Or you're going to lose money by buying low, selling high, and then when you sell it, the price keep going up. So you're going to lose money either way. You feel me?
It's just how much are you willing to lose?
How much you willing to lose?
It's really it. It comes down to is either you take your 22%
and be happy with it going up,
satisfied, or stay in and risk the fact that this thing might go down and turn negative on you.
Exactly. Because I hate when I'm in a stock and I'm like, cool, mate, 23% out, and then that thing go up another 50%. I'm like, yo, I should have stayed in there.
Yeah, it happens all the time, man. And then when you just picked a roll of stocks and let's say 11 out of 12 of them are all over 15%. You know what I mean? You might really start considering just taking profit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And the stocks we happen to pick, they're actually pretty good stocks. They're hard to take down by the market. Even PFE Pfizer is up 5%. And that's a company, it's steady. It's a steady company. Be up 5%. It's pretty good.
Man, these have to be some gold jacket Hall of Fame picks we picked right here, man. I'm telling you.
What? I'm like surprised every week. Square, man, I'm telling you right now, if you bought it on January 5th at $50 when we told you to buy it, you're up.
Cut us our check,
45%.
Man. Shoot us something. Cut us our check.
Yeah, you're up 45%. There's really no reason you shouldn't. You know what I mean? We picked that stock January 5th. You know what I mean? Like Square, it was at $50. It's at $73.49, man. That's 45%. That's a huge move. And that Square is one of those stocks where we got out because it hit 100 and started coming down, and we got back in, took our profit. You know what I mean? So same thing with Teladoc. We didn't really get out of Teladoc. You know what I mean? We probably more likely double down.
Yep.
Teladoc, same way, man. At $42.90. That's 45% too from January 5th. Those are big, huge movers. You know what I mean? That's money making.
Balling.
Ballers.
Yo, I wanna there's a couple stocks, man. This dude hit me up on Stock Twist. I just want to talk about these real quick. So, dude, his name Chris. I don't give his whole name, but hit me up on Stock Twist, asked me to take a look at 3 stocks: DWDP, CDXC, DVAX. And man, I'm gonna be honest with you. These I don't like those. Here's why. Because they're in a downtrend. They've been going down since like March. And if you were going down from March until October, because October is when the market started to take a dump, right? So if you couldn't go up when the market were at the stupid highs, I don't know how good of a company that is. You know what I'm saying? It does seem like those companies right there that he gave me, they're all in the downtrend. It kind of looks like one of those things where how when you see a stock, like let's take GE, right? When we were seeing GE at like 14, 15, we like, hey man, it can't go no lower than this. You know what I'm saying?
Because it's a huge company.
Yeah, we like, man, we got this a deal right here. Which possibly
GE $6 right now.
Right. No, it's over $6. It's like $9 now. So
it was at $6.
Yeah, it wasn't. Right. But what I'm saying is, when you see something like that, you're like, okay, it's time to get in. It can't go no lower. But then it ends up going lower. That's what it seems like those stocks that he told me about were doing. Like they were making new lows, trying to pop up a little bit, making new lows, trying to pop up a little bit. And it's almost like you're trying to catch a falling knife. And I feel him. I feel him like trying to get that that bargain money. Right?
So factual. It is like trying to catch a falling knife.
Yeah, I feel I'm trying to get that bargain money, trying to get it at the lows. But man, you gotta look at the whole trend throughout, the year. And if it couldn't hold up during the super highs of the Nasdaq and the Dow and the S&P, I really wouldn't have no confidence in it right now. But I'm not trying to clown my dude, man. I'm just trying to give him honest feedback on it. You know what I'm saying?
We need to get the notion out of our heads that a company's too big to fail.
Yeah. I do that all the time.
Sears is a prime example. JCPenney's, BlackBerry. The only reason why BlackBerry's still around because they got a government contract. Let's face it. That's the only reason why they're still around. Simple as that. There's so many companies out there that was worth 50, 60, 70 billion. That's half a million in employees.
And now that's worth in the millions probably. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I mean? DWP, Dow, whatever point company it is.
DuPont, I think it is. It was DWDP. DWDP.
Yeah, I'm looking at the stock right now, and I'm gonna tell you right straight up, man. This company is been falling since 2018, January 1st. That's how long this company been falling. So to tell you the truth, you need to take a look at that.
But the thing is, and that's not a good trend. If it's been falling since 2018. But the thing is,
the beginning of 2018 when everything was up.
The thing is, at some point, these things, unless they getting run to the ground like a Sears, which I don't see DuPont being run to the ground like that, at some point they will go up. Well, I guess what I'm trying to say is there's better investments out there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, this could pop up, but there's better. I wouldn't try to play these guys that's like going down so much. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't try to play those all the time.
No, and then what you know what I mean? You got to understand, like, when the market is going up, and what I'm trying to say, when the market is going up, you got to understand, like, why is everything else is going up and this company is going down? That should be alarming. It's been going down for a while. You just look at the weekly. That should magically tell you right there that there's something going on with this company that's making it go down. I don't know what it is. Can't really tell you.
Yeah, I didn't look into the whole company. I'm just looking at technical analysis. I'm just looking at the chart. You know what I'm saying? When
me and Cam first start seeing Sears, JCPenney's, GameStop, they're all at the $50 range, and all the charts look just like that one. So, honestly, I'm not saying they're gonna go and be like JCPenney's, but usually you don't hear anything about why it's going down. until it reached like the $20 mark. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But hey, that's our opinion, man. Hopefully Chris is still a listener after this, man. We just trying to help you, man. But
yeah, man, we me and Cam try to stay. Once we see a chart like that, we try to stay away from it.
Or if you're gonna buy it, man, you got to buy some put. You got to buy some puts. Also,
yeah,
you got to buy some insurance if you're gonna.
And that
do
was
that.
the mistakes we made with like J.C. Penney, Sears, GameStop. Like we
Oh,
knew
I
it
never
was
bought
going.
no Sears. I ain't never bought.
No, I'm talking about. I'm not talking about. I'm talking about puts.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was just going off what you said.
I'm talking about if he's gonna buy DuPont and these other ones, you got to buy puts with it. So you got your insurance.
That's what I'm saying. The mistake we made is I feel like we should have bought puts when we knew they were going down.
Yeah. Well, I had only one that I had puts on was GameStop, but
but you saw that coming at $35, and you didn't do it until it got to 20.
Yeah, I do.
You get what I'm saying? Like JC Penney's, we saw it at 65, but we didn't do it until it got to literally. We didn't think about doing it until it was at $5 or whatever price is at now. I think JC Penney's like under $1.
Yeah.
But same thing with Sears. It was the same thing. Same Toys R Us. All those people. We knew it was going down, but we didn't. You know what I mean? We never put puts on them. We're more proactive about it now because that could have made us some serious money.
Right. So all right, man. We got an interesting topic for today. People living at home with their parents.
Bro, that's more than an interesting topic. That's like the biggest thing in America right now.
You gave me some stats before the show, man. I need you to read some of them stats off. I need you to read some of them. I didn't think it was like this.
35% of adults between the age of 30 and 38 are living with their parents and paying no bills.
That's a lot, dog. That's a lot, man. Now, if you're gonna do that, right? Okay, what are we trying? We trying to help them get out, or are we trying to help them invest? What's the goal that we trying to give people? What we trying to do right here? Okay, first, I think I can't say that's terrible. It is terrible. But you got to do. You got to do something, man. You got to do something to get up out of there and do something for yourself. And especially if you that old and you living with your parents, especially if you have a job or something, you can't just be screwing off your money. You got to be putting your money in something that's going to grow. I mean, you basically got a bunch of free money. If I was living at home with my parents right now.
Even if I was making $25K.
Right. If you make it, think about this. If you were making 25, let's just say, like something like a McDonald's job would probably make $25K a year, something like that. Let's say, okay,
yeah.
let's just say you make $25K, no matter where you work, and you living at home. That's you basically are making more than a person with a $60,000, $70,000 job because you don't have any bills. So the person who's making 60, 70K, their net at the end of the year is probably, I'm just guessing, it's probably like 8,000, 9,000. If they have it. Most people live paycheck to paycheck. They have nothing at the end of the year. They just break even or they are in debt at the end of the year. So really, if you living with your parents and you making $25K a year and you ain't paying no bills, then you making more than everybody else, basically.
Yeah, pretty much.
Because you got $25K extra every year. Now you have to be smart with that $25K, and you got to tell yourself like, yo, do I want to be living with my parents all the time, or do I want to have a plan to do something and grow my money and get out of here? You know what I'm saying? I think that number is very high.
Here's another one. More than 17.5% of married couple live with their parents that cannot afford a home or to rent out a space for themselves.
Do they say the state that this is in? Like,
it's all American. It's a research. It's a research by Powell Research Center. Survey said nearly 79 million adults in America, in the United States, live with their parents and share a household because of low income.
That's rough. What's low income though? We talked about
Make
this before.
Make less than 30K.
That's low income, but low income based on.
That's the average for United States.
But for a 4-person household, or this?
I don't know. I can't say that. I just know that's considered low income because that's if you make less than 30K, you get food stamps, you get government benefits. I know that.
Okay. All right.
So that if you make less than that, I consider that really low income. If you can't live by yourself as a married couple, then that's low income.
Yeah, I feel you. That's rough because sometimes I have my opinions. I don't want to sound insensitive, man, because anybody can fall on hard times.
I don't, but it's the highest in 75 years.
But why is that?
Honestly, man, to tell you the truth, I don't know. But a lot of people. This has been a huge topic for a while. It's been a huge topic since 2015. It's becoming a growing topic.
I think it goes back to people. My bad. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go.
Now, I think that people they try to live beyond their means. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you like, I want to get the, beach house in Miami and I can't have it, so I'm about to live at home with my parents. Like, that's no excuse. You feel me? Like, you can't consider that, not being able to afford your own place just because the place that you wish you could live in, you can't afford. But, you got to live at or below your means. You can't be like, I deserve the house on the beach in Cali and I can't afford it, so now I got to live at home. You know what I'm saying? You got to find that balance. What that balance is, I don't know, because it's different. People have their own opinions about themselves. I think I said this before, man. Some people opinion is skewed of themselves. Most people don't have a realistic view of themselves.
I feel like you was reading the same article I was. I don't know if you read this, but I feel like you touched on something. They said in an article, it said most people nowadays they rather rent a $15,000 Maybach just to stunt for 2 days and then accept to save that money. Just like the beach house analogy that you use. I think that's a huge problem we're having because we're trying to live up to social media standards.
Exactly.
I think that's just one of the problems, honestly. I think a lot of it has to do with is the pay, how expensive things are getting, because between 2006 and 2016, living with at least one parent was 29% in 2016 between the age of 18 and 34. It progressively got worse in 2016 because it went up to 35%. And it's supposed to decrease, but it's not. They're saying by 2025 is going to be nearly 43% of between 18 and 40-year-olds living with their parents.
Mm-hmm.
Either married or single, because of low income, social economy, how expensive things get. For example, if the state was large, sharing young adults living with their mom or dad tends to be a more expensive place to live.
We'll say that one more time.
For example, the state with the large sharing of young adults living with their mom and dad tends to be a more expensive place to live.
Okay,
so
like,
the high,
like San Francisco and stuff like that.
Yeah, New York. But the problem is a problem all across America. It's not just those places. The only place out of the United is Alaska that is the lowest out of all the states. That's just because it's cold out there and nobody want to live there that long.
That's crazy. If you are doing that though, like what we were saying, if you make it 25K, even 20K a year, and you living at home and you're not paying anything, you have to be stacking, man. I mean, you have a good opportunity. That means that if you lived with your parents for, let's just say 2 years, right, and you made 25K, that's 50K that you could have saved. Now, I'm not saying that you just working and then coming home doing nothing with the money. Of course, you got to spend something. But you have a great opportunity to at least save 15K.
A phone bill don't count, though.
Phone bill,
that's 60.
Yeah, that's
you paying. The most you paying is $125.
Right.
I mean,
but you know, you still gotta. I understand, like, people still have to live, whether you living with your parents.
Yeah, of course.
So if you make it 25, we're using the 25K benchmark, which I feel like is a good benchmark, and you should be saving at least 50. It got to be 10 to 15K a year. You know what I'm saying? Because if you're not, what are you doing? You know, you can't be out there stunting. You live with your parents. So what do you know? Who you stunting for? You stunting to go back. You can't go out and buy the Tesla, right? And pull up in your parents' driveway every night.
Exactly. Unless you paying a mortgage.
Yeah.
You paying a mortgage. This does not pertain to you. No, man, it's crazy because I'm looking at the statistic because 2017 they did a U.S. census. Said nearly 40% of New Jerseyans between 18 to 40 lives with their mom. It's the highest state in America. The second highest state is Rhode Island. Third highest state is New York, and the fourth is Florida.
Cali ain't on that list?
That's crazy. No, because New Jersey's high, Connecticut, Rhode Island, New York, then Florida. California is the 6th, 7th.
Man, I have such a I don't want to say that. I'm saying it. I have such a deep hatred for the state of California, man. It's just ridiculous.
I lived in Florida, and I don't feel like I live by myself in Florida. I don't feel like it's that expensive that you can't move out of your house at the age of 35.
Yeah, but are they talking about? But do certain places skew it though? Like Miami, you know what I'm saying? Is it so high?
But you can move out of Miami. You can go to Fort Lauderdale. You can go to Boca Raton. You can move out of Miami. You can move out of the city of Miami. That's what I'm saying. Like, the fact that Florida is number 5, it's crazy to me that 18 to 40 years old men and women are still living with their parents and living rent free.
I can't believe Cali is 6. When I go to Cali, I can't believe how expensive it is. I got a bill at my hotel. I got a bill for breathing, man. They sent me a bill like, yo, you gotta pay to breathe here.
No, I mean, it's crazy. You know what's surprising is the bottom of the list it's really not like South Dakota, North Dakota, Nebraska.
What's at the bottom?
Know what I mean, the bottom of the list: North Dakota, South Dakota.
Oh, okay.
Nebraska,
I thought you said Wyoming. They weren't. I thought you said they weren't.
The numbers are in the so it's a bar chart, like 5, 10, 15, 20 million. So New Jersey is 50 million, like basically saying like it's not 50 million, but the numbers are freaking great. Of New Jerseyans that live, Connecticut is 45.
Okay, these are the numbers of they're estimating the actual people.
Yeah, that's gonna be like between now and 2025, like how the numbers are gonna keep on growing.
Okay, I got you.
It's wild. Just now, the fact that Florida is to me is like above California. You know what I mean? Washington D.C. is like.
I heard Washington is ridiculous.
Yeah, but it's at the bottom of the list. Like,
maybe they have good jobs there though, and people.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm starting to think. Like, maybe those places just have good enough jobs where you don't need to.
People don't need to stay with their parents there.
Yeah, I just think it's wild.
So I'm in Ohio. So where's that on the list?
Ohio?
Yeah.
Ohio's like 35. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like 35.
So it's at the bottom?
Yeah, it's pretty close to the bottom.
Yeah, because I feel like Ohio.
50, you're in the middle. Yeah, 30, 35.
Okay, so I feel like Ohio is like a really cheap place to live. Like the real estate is cheap. Like the prices on everything is cheap, like power and gas and electric and stuff like that. Everything is cheap. I feel like you could be unemployed in Ohio and you could like find a way to make it for, I mean, you ain't gonna make it forever, but you could find a way to make it somehow, for a few months, you know what I mean? If you unemployed in Cali, you might as well. I don't know, man. I'd sue somebody, man. I don't know who I'd sue, but I'm suing somebody. How did y'all make it like this, man? Nobody should be like California. When I had to pay to get a bag at Target, man, to bag my stuff at Target, man, I was like, man, I can't believe this, man. Ridiculous.
You had to pay to get your stuff bagged at Target?
You had to pay. You got to pay. I think it was 20 cents for a bag. Per bag.
Damn.
20 cents ain't a lot. But it's just, maybe I'm spoiled because I'm in Ohio, right? But I just never heard of that. Never heard of it. So, anything else on this front,
basically, man? 50% of New Jerseyans live with their parents.
That's 40. That's half the population. I mean, not half. 40, okay, you talk about in that age range.
43% lives. 43% of Florida lives with their parents, and Ohio is 30% of live with their parents.
Okay. Crazy.
They factor everything, like typical rent for New Jersey is $1,284. That was last year's price, the 50th highest in the nation. You know what I mean? A medium home average is $1,848. So a lot of those stuff is I'm like, to me, why is Cali not number one?
Yeah, when I go to Florida, I don't feel like everything is super expensive when I'm in Florida.
It's not.
Now, when I go to Disney World, I feel like, I'm in California. Like, you know what I'm saying?
So basically, this is all factored into the U.S. Census data. They factor student loans, car payment, car insurance, utilities, cell phone bills, taxes, and then there's not much left over for a medium wage of $40,000 between the age of 25 and 40. So between the age of 25 and 40, anybody who makes near close to 40,000, just after all that, is not enough for them to live on their own. And that's for the top 30 states.
I don't know, man. I'm still surprised that California is not a little higher than that, but
I thought California would at least be number 1 or 2.
Yeah, that's my Cali bias though, man. I can't stand
it. Has to
can't stand it.
Even New York is like 4th on the list, and I feel like this place is mad expensive. The thing is that the way I see getting out of that situation, to me, it's like if you're 30, for me to get, for the way I see out of that, I would literally make a plan. Something.
Or do you even want to get out of that situation? First, you have to want to get out of it.
that's the thing, man. Because I could see here's how I could see myself getting stuck there. I'm making 40 G's a year, and I'm saving 20, and leaving sounds more expensive than staying. You know what I mean? If that's the case, if you're that person, that's gonna be you're anything that somebody tells you got to pay $1,500 in rent, you're not going anywhere.
Right?
Just,
You're
not. No, that's not happening. You know what I mean? But eventually you do gotta move out somewhere. You know what I mean? You can't, because it's becoming a problem, and a lot of parents are saying this. It's becoming a huge issue. You know what I mean? Your parents are expect you. They're 55, 60 years old, and you're 35, 40 years old, and you're still living there. You know what I mean? Taking care of you for 40 years, just
that's rough.
It's rough.
That's rough.
You know what I mean? It's rough. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter how rich your parents are. At the end of the day, it's still rough.
Yep. So, hey, what else can we say on that front? Can't say.
We really can't say much. I didn't realize it was that. You know what I mean? No, when you hear it all the time on TV. You know what I mean? But you don't. When you start looking at the statistics, you don't realize how big of a problem it is.
Big problem.
You know what I mean? Like what did they say that was like? We're not selling enough brand new cars because millennials don't have the money to buy them.
I don't know, man.
That's crazy.
But
I don't. Yep.
Follow us on social media.
Very, very disappointing.
I feel like this is like a depressing podcast.
Yeah,
right,
like you know what I mean. Like I feel like our country's not moving forward. I don't know if you feel the same way. It's like we're taking a major step backwards.
I don't know. Those numbers don't sound good though. But I also don't know how many people want to do it, how many people are trying to take care of helping their parents out, because a lot of the parents, they don't have no retirement money. So we don't know the situation. We don't know the situation.
A lot of you don't know the situation, you know what I mean? This is basically they're saying 79 million people live with their parents rent free. Don't pay no bills, makes less than 40K. You know what I mean? Student loans are so high that it's basically a mortgage.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I heard this one guy. He told me he's a doctor, and he has $600,000 in student loan. This man's paying 2 houses.
Yeah, I mean, in Ohio, that's about 3. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Get a real nice house for $200K in Ohio, man. So yeah, it's about 3. You're paying for 3 houses in Ohio.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. And I don't know what you think about the student loans issue, but it's getting to the point. Like now, Google came out and said that you don't need a college degree to get a job at Google. I'm like, now y'all want to do this? Now y'all want to say that? After people done racked up hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt, y'all want to say, oh, you don't need a college degree. Just come up with some skills. I was like, boy.
Oh.
I was like, I always thought we never needed college degrees. I think college degrees was for like if you're gonna be if you're going into space, or you're gonna be a doctor, surgeon. You know what I mean? You're gonna be a nurse. You know what I mean? You're gonna be something that, or architect, or you know what I mean, something that's like has to be detrimental to society. You know what I mean? So if there wasn't enough doctors, you know what I mean, or there's not enough good doctors, I feel like that would be part of like major issues in society. But to become a computer tech or something like that, you can go to tech school and pay $10,000 and you can figure that out for yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
I don't know.
That's another podcast though, man. So we running long in this one.
Yeah.
So
oh yeah, one more thing. If you I heard this girl say this, and I mean, I kind of made fun of her a little bit. She's in $250K in debt, and she got a philosophy degree. I don't know what job you're gonna get with that, but $250K in debt, and you working at $11 an hour job. You're not getting no house anytime soon. Yeah. So
some of the responsibility has to be on the decision making of the person also.
I feel like that's 100% fact.
But hey, follow us. Follow me on StockTwits, Twitter, Instagram, whatever, at Camboni11, CAMBONI11. Hit us up for Facebook chat. What about you, Kenny?
KennyCon23. That's pretty much everywhere. Facebook chat. Listen to us. We're trying to bring more important topics to the podcast on top of investing in money. It's always going to be related to money. So,
right.
Marathon Money.
Peace.
Peace.